So this awful situation in Rhodes and now in Corfu, it appears as well. The government putting pressure on airlines and holiday firms to bring home thousands of British tourists affected by these wildfires.
Yes, ministers have been holding emergency meetings over the weekend, and EasyJet has announced it will run repatriation flights to rescue holidaymakers, with 2 taking place today.
Now, the Greek authorities are saying this operation, which has involved moving 30,000 people, is the country's biggest ever evacuation effort.
Well, let's speak now to travel correspondent at The Independent, Simon Calder, and regular on the programme. Good morning to you. You join us from Liverpool Airport, where I believe some fairly bewildered British holidaymakers have been making their way home from the island of Rhodes.
Well, there will be some people arriving here who've come back via some circuitous routes, but actually it seems to be, for most people, a fairly orderly departure. There were early morning arrivals at various airports across the UK from Rhodes, and really interesting to note, by the way, that one holiday company, Thomas Cook, is saying that actually, people went off to their holidays in Rhodes yesterday quite happily. They're not going anywhere near the affected area, and they're sending out more people today. And certainly there are flights going out from Gatwick to Rhodes today, which will have passengers on board starting their holidays, as well as you mentioned, the extra EasyJet flights, which will be bringing back over 400 people from the island. And travel companies such as Jet2 and TUI are bringing back people pretty much as they were supposed to be coming back. They're sending out empty planes because they've cancelled package holidays for the next few days, so people will be coming back. But my goodness, what terrible scenes there have been. People were 1 minute effectively enjoying a relaxing holiday, the next they were told to run with their lives with whatever possessions they could grab. So a dreadful ordeal, and many people spending another night in schools, on the floors of conference centres, and desperately hoping that they will be able to get back.
Well, it's a combination of the forestry around certain resorts and the wind whipping up the flames as well. So there's smoke to deal with, there's flames to deal with, there's safety of life to deal with there as well. So if you're heading out, Simon, to Rhodes, how do you find out the areas that are affected and the areas that aren't?
Well, there's various maps around online which will show you where the problems are, and it's pretty much the southern and southeastern part of the island. So actually, south of the big resort of Lindos is where you've got the worst problems, and actually in the north of the island, around Rhodes town and the airport and resorts around there is no significant problem, except of course you've suddenly got thousands of people who have been evacuated at very, very short notice from hotels in the area affected by the inferno, who are turning up and trying to find hotels to stay in. Very, very few. Many heading for the airport and spending the night there, although it's not a large airport by any measure. And some also boarding ferries to get to the island of Kos, and some also to Turkey to try to fly back from there.